Hey, 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 ho, 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 it's holiday beer time, here we go! Hey, 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 everybody, welcome back to the studio for this, the 24th and final episode of Holiday Beer Time Review. That's right, after today, we're out of here. Father Christmas has got presents to deliver, and so he's got to quit drinking beer and get to work. But thank goodness we're not actually Father Christmas, we just, did some stuff to our beard here to make it look like we are. We're all festive. We're all festive. We got the jingle bells on. It's great. We got our ho ho man hat on, and we're just ready to roll here. I'm very excited to find out what our very last beer is. I'm really hoping it's got something powerful to end off with. It would be a travesty for this entire 24-day long journey to just kind of peter out to a mediocre end. I mean, that would just be terrible. Terrible. But hey, we won't know until we try, right? Now, of course, before we dive into today's beer and find out what's hiding in that last little doorway, just want to say once again, huge thank you to everybody that's watching, supporting, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the things. It's just fantastic. And have no fear. If you're enjoying these little beer review videos, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going anywhere. We're going to take about a week or so off after this. We're going to come back with the very first episode of, you guessed it, Beer Time with Big Bird, a.k.a. me. It's going to be a once-a-week deal where I tour breweries, I taste beers, generally have a good time, and then sit down and talk about it afterwards. So we're going to be doing, we got tons of great beers around here, and plenty of like great regionals too that aren't necessarily in the local area. But I think I counted it up with somebody the other day. I want to say we had like 8 breweries within 25 minutes of my house, and if I'm driving 45 minutes, it gets even, I think it's like double that. So we're going to find out. And so will you if you decide to tune in. So make sure you're turning that notification bell on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you can catch the first video when it premieres January 7th. That's right. Episode 1, Beer Time with Big Bird, premiering January 7th, the day before the triumphant return of the Salt of the Streets podcast. I'm so excited for all of these things. It's an exciting time. It's Christmas Eve. What can I say other than it's time for another fantastic episode of Holiday Beer Time Review. And I'm so happy. I don't think you understand how happy I am that I don't have to do that anymore. That's not going to be a thing on the other channel or on the other show. There's no holiday, so it's not Holiday Beer Time Review. It's just going to be Beer Time with Big Bird. So anyways, without wasting any more of your precious time this Christmas Eve, let's go find out what's on tap today, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
That's right, we've got the Kartauser Dopplebock Dunkel. Now this is good. There's only one thing I like more than a bock beer, and that's a Dopplebock beer. That's right, we've got ourselves a Dopplebock Dunkel. Now, what does that mean? It means it's a bock beer, but it's doubly so. That's the Doppel part. So a bock beer we covered earlier in this series here. It's a German type lager when it's made with just regular barley malt, and then if they add wheat malt to that, it becomes an ailing process instead of a lagering process. And then the Dunkel just means dark. So this is going to be a dark, strong beer. 7.5% alcohol, which is pretty high for everything else that we've gotten into. Now, interesting enough, when you look at this can, would you say it looks a little Catholic? Maybe a little bit, with the Pope hat going on up there. That's because Kartauser is basically the masculine form in German of the Carthusians, which were a Catholic order of some kind founded by Bruno of Cologne in France. But how we ended up in German in a beer is beyond me. But I don't really care because it's Dopplebock. And I'm just really excited about it. What a way to go out of the calendar. I mean, there might be some massive upsets today on the stack. So if you've been placing bets, well, I hope you didn't bet against the Dopplebock, especially because of my own bias, because I love me some Dopplebock. So I think it's time to crack this bad boy open and see what is popping. Ah, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. The clergy is here to deliver us some amazing, not as dark as I had anticipated beer. Interesting. This is not that dark at all. But I guess if it's just going to be lagered, that would make more sense. If it was going to have any wheat in there and go through the ailing process, I'd imagine it'd be a little darker. But let's just be safe here and make sure we know what we're talking about. Brewed with water, barley malt, and hops. They forgot the yeast? Maybe they just don't put it on the ingredients. So there's no wheat beer. So that tells us that this thing was indeed lagered. And we're just going to top this off real quick here. We got a really nice, head on this thing. I mean, it is a gorgeous color. It looks probably a little darker to you guys in the video, but you know, you could still see right through it, which says a lot, I think, for this thing. All right, now the fun part, especially because it's bock beer. I know what it's going to smell like, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, yeah, that's some Christmas glory right there, is what that is. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. I didn't get any on my beard paint, did I? I hope not. Oh, yeah. Just malty through and through. This is just going to be rich. I could smell it. You really don't get anything from the hops on this thing, to be perfectly honest. There's no floral notes. There's no nothing. It is pure malty goodness on the aroma. Oh, okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. Cheers, everybody. Let's take a sip. We need one more. Yeah, that is just... I don't know if I like my box aled or lagered more. It's kind of a tough call because there's some pluses and minuses in each category. Lagers are generally always going to go down smoother. They're going to be more clear on the visual, we should say. It's going to be a more clear beer. The lagering process really does a lot to get a nice, clear, translucent beer. You don't have any haze in it whatsoever. But with an ale, it's always going to be more rich, no matter what you do. I mean, it's fermenting at a higher room temperature. There's just going to be so much more going on there at play. They're two different worlds for reasons. But as far as the lagered box that I've ever had, this is pretty up there. I'm not going to lie. Oh, this beer's been nice this year. Hasn't been naughty. I'll tell you that much. No coal for you this year, my friend. It's just a really nice beer to look at, too. It's got a nice kind of hazelnutty brown to it. It's not too dark. It's just solid through and through. Well-rounded. Goes down smooth. You know, 7.5 ABV, sometimes you get a little hairy there, and it can be a little acrid. A little too much to the punch, but this goes down smooth and stays down. Unless, of course, you throw about a dozen of them back, then ain't nothing to stay down after that. Well, she may taste fantastic, may look fantastic, may smell fantastic, but just because I say that now, after I reflect upon the majesty that is the rest of the stack. I don't know if I feel a top shelf in this one. Maybe. It's going to have to push out some pretty heavy hitters. We got our IPA up there, which obviously I still don't think seems normal for a German beer. So maybe we should just knock it off the stack just because of that. But I will say I do like this a lot more than even that original Pils we had the other day. Is it better than the Zwickel? Is it better than the top 5 Zwickel? I don't know. I don't know about that. That might be pushing a little too far. I think we might be in direct competition with the Rausch beer for the number 5 spot, just underneath the Zwickel. Ooh, it's going to be tough. Rausch beer, Dopplebock, Dunkel. Or is it original Pils versus the Dopplebock, Dunkel? I guess we better meander over to the stack and see how we do. So coming in at number 5, that's our Dopplebock Dunkel right there. Direct competition with the Rausch beer. The Rausch beer lost. Look at that. What a fantastic lineup. 24 beers down. And I mean, just look at this. I mean, it's fantastic. Huge shout out to our friends over at Calender for putting together just a fantastic beer advent calendar. I mean, those guys are out there just doing work, and I get to be the beneficiary. I love it. All I had to do was sit here for a couple hours a day, drink a beer, and talk to a camera, and then hit the post button, and then boom, magic. I love living in the future. I can have German imported beers brought directly to my local Costco. My amazing and beautiful wife can pick them up for me as a early Christmas present, and then we could concoct this fantastic journey for all of you to enjoy forever. Oh, so that's it. There it is. There it does. And yeah, this is it. The final, the totality of the journey through 24 German beers. We did it, and we topped it off with a number 5 Dopplebock. I mean, this is fantastic. Let's get one more taste in there while we're at it. So I'm going to go ahead and polish the rest of this off. But once again, huge thank you to you. Huge thank you to Kalea and working out that. I don't want to give Costco too much credit, but you know, Costco's pretty dope. So you can't argue against Costco. But you know, shout out all them people. Shout out to you guys. It's been great. Just make sure you're subscribed to this channel right here. We got another week of Salty Shorts coming out Monday through Thursday next week. So look forward to those. And then look forward to January 7th, where we're doing Beer Time with Big Bird. It's right here, Salted Streets channel, January 7th. Let's do it. What's the first beer going to be? You know what you should do? You should follow the Salted Streets socials. You should follow my socials over at Big Bird Offie. That's Big Bird, OFFIE, over on the Instagrams, over on the Twitters. I'm all over the place. About the only place I don't really hang out is Facebook, but you know, you could try your luck if you're feeling dangerous. But yeah, watch out for those. I'll be sending notifications out. We're going to be filming the first episode over the next week and a half or so. That way it'll be ready for the 7th. And there will be social media posts as kind of teasers along the way. So until then, my friends, thank you again for all the love, all the support. I am eternally grateful. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side, January 7th, for some beer time with Big Bird. And until then, cheers. I love you all. Keep drinking some beers. Play the outro!
Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat.